Gatineau. Visit, shop, and live there at your own risk. Gatineau features the lowest rental and housing sale prices in the nation's capital, with the picturesque backdrop of the Gatineau Park and a relatively clean and well maintained facade. Perhaps for this reason, it has become the home of 227 different ethnic and cultural groups, according to Ville de Gatineau. Gatineau has also sought to dubiously boast that nearly 20% of its population are visible minorities. That is why it may surprise you that Ville de Gatineau has no major festivals celebrating ethnic or visible minorities as compared to numerous such festivals in Montreal and just across the river in Ottawa. For the councillors and office of mayor of Ville de Gatineau, the official showing off of statistics concerning the diversity of the region appears to be designed to cover up the city's profound discrimination against perceived outsiders and racism in particular. Gatineau might very well be the discrimination capital of Canada as relative to other municipalities. Indeed, there is no better barometer of the city's horrific racial profiling than its police. Such examples of reckless police interceptions include driver's license carding for taking a shortcut walk on the grass. How about supposedly, quote, walking funny in Sector O? Walking funny, according to a Gatineau police officer, anyway. Getting stopped for alleged jaywalking in a quiet residential area where there's hardly any traffic. Getting stopped for renting a car, according to the police. That's not illegal. Being apparently stopped for having a non-Quebec license plate. There seems to be a big pattern of that in Gatineau. Go there with a non-Quebec license plate and you are vulnerable to being targeted. Being followed into a plaza for no reason. Police just decides that they're going to follow you for some time and then stop you and ask you for your driver's license as part of an ongoing pattern of harassment by the city's police. And at least one example where a police officer decided to retaliate against a complainant to put in a official complaint to their Human Rights Commission, threatening to arrest him if he could not produce his driver's license within 30 seconds when he was in fact walking. There's no regulation that you have to be having a driver's license when you're walking. Yet this individual was being threatened unless he could produce this driver's license when he was walking, after the police knew who he was. This classic case of walking while black. Commission des droits de la personne, des droits de la jeunesse ruled in the case of one of its victims that they should pay then $44,000 in punitive and other damages. But in order to avoid paying these damages, Ville de Gatineau hired a law firm which has engaged in further violations of the Quebec Charter, consistent with an apparent pattern of unethical conduct and an apparent pattern of corruption, elaborated on villegatineau.com. We call for people, citizens, to economically boycott Ville de Gatineau until they begin to respect diversity in the similar manner as diversity is respected, at least in Ottawa, Montreal, and other parts of Canada. Diversity in Gatineau should not be simply an information piece to boast about when you're in fact not practicing diversity in your actual public funding and support and respect for diversity in how police is managed in the city. Help send them the office of the mayor of Gatineau and the councillors of Ville de Gatineau that they must support the expression of diversity in how it allocates public funding for public activities, and they must support diversity as far as respecting all diversity in, in Gatineau as far as policing. The ongoing pattern of police racial profiling and discrimination by police must stop. There must be a broadened sensitivity and respect for diversity in Ottawa at the most fundamental level of the way institutions express themselves in the city of Gatineau. With your support for an economic boycott of Gatineau, we can make a difference. An economic boycott which includes avoiding renting houses there, avoiding buying houses there, avoiding uh, supporting and going there to buy things, avoiding going to Gatineau for tourist and other purposes until the city starts to ensure that when people go over there of all diversities, that they will respect those diversities, that they won't be the target of discrimination and harassment, and that people who decide to live there will be able to avail themselves of public funding for festivals and other such activities that other parts of Canada take for granted. With your support for our boycott of the Gatineau, we can make a difference. Thank you. And once again, let's work together and get the city of Gatineau serving diversity and not simply paying lip service to diversity while practicing discrimination. Thank you.